What's up, guys? Knowledge is power here. Today, I'm bringing you a book review, Good to Great. Great book by Jim Collins. I recommend everyone go out and read it. It's definitely worth the read. Some key points I got out of it were the hedgehog concept and just the overall how a company goes good to great. So that's like the question of the book. If the book had a question, it would be like, how does a good company turn into a great company? How does a company get from good to great? Because most companies will never reach the great status, they'll always be just good companies. So this book really dives deep and finds the answer to that question. This research, or there's a lot of research behind this book. The author had like a shit ton of grad students doing research for like a number of years. I forget how much research. It says it in the intro, but there's a lot of science backing this up. A lot of smart people put their minds into this book, so it makes a lot of sense. Um, they cover a lot of companies and compare the great companies that really did extremely well to just the good companies that were there, and a lot of these companies were competitors. Like, they do all the different industries and they compare and contrast what made the good and what made the great and really compare the two. And yeah, so one of the things that they found that really separates the two is the hedgehog concept. Is the great companies were more like hedgehogs. If you don't know what a hedgehog is, it's a little animal. It's got like spikes. So they compared the great companies to the hedgehog and the good companies to the fox. The fox is like sly, moves around a lot, does a lot of different tactics, while the hedgehog just balls up and spikes. So whenever the fox would try to attack the hedgehog, it just had one mechanism, and that's basically what they were like trying to push throughout most of the book. Is to be a great company, you got to really focus on your one thing and make that great. And just because you're originally competent in that doesn't mean that's what you should do. If you can't become great in it, you should pursue a different thing you can be great in and try to take over that industry. Um, yeah, I mean, that's pretty broad, but yeah, you should definitely implement technology in there too if it's completely necessary. The book really is about uh, like making the leaders, or it talks about how great leaders are. They don't do it for the money. They don't push for success because of the things they're gonna get. They push to be great because that's all they know. That's all they can do. They just want to be the best. And a lot of these great leaders are completely humble, They don't go out and buy all these different things. A lot of these great leaders literally die just how they were born. Like they have shit clothes on their back, they drive the regular truck, like Sam Walton, for example. Like, he drove his semi truck or his pickup truck for like a number of years after he founded Walmart, and he had millions and millions and millions of dollars in the bank, and he drove his pickup truck around still. And there's a lot of other examples of leaders that have done this as well. And that just goes to show that if you want to make something great, you can, but if you pursue it for the wrong reasons, like money, you may not be as successful because you don't have the clear picture in your head of what you're trying to really accomplish to make it great, you know. And that's an interesting concept. A lot of people would really benefit from if you apply that to your own life. It's like, what do you really love to do? What do you really want to do with your life? And that's what's going to really make you successful in the end, not just pursuing the money. Like, yeah, sure, money is great and all, but in the end, if you just have money, it's not going to be that fulfilling. And life's all about fulfillment, really. Like, you know there's the quote, never be satisfied, but um there's a lot of things that say that you should be satisfied. Like, I woke up today, I was pretty satisfied, honestly, but I also want to push myself to become my best, even though I'm satisfied, I'm happy in the moment. If you're not satisfied, how can you possibly be happy in the moment? Like, I'm not satisfied. It's like, not relax. You're fine. Everything's great. Um, that's how you're gonna really draw things to you, is being more satisfied. But you never stop pushing for your best. Um, yeah. What else I got here? Oh yeah, they talk about building a good company. You gotta put the right people on the bus before you get to the destination, because your destination may change. What your company originally does may change when you realize that you can't be the best at that. So you need to divert and go a different direction. And if you have the wrong people on the bus that are just there for the original destination, and that original destination changes, you're gonna be losing people. It's gonna be chaos. And that's why you get the right people on the bus at the right time. Like, you hire the right people. You hire people that like to be around each other, that are there to benefit from each other. Um. Oh yeah, that other effect. What's it called? The Stockdale paradox. That talks about you have to have complete and utter faith in your destination, or in the process, and at the same time you got to face the brutal reality of the situation that you are in. And that just pretty much says that don't expect things too fast. If you keep expecting to get all this shit in like a month, when that's not really plausible, it's gonna keep discouraging you. If you keep expecting too fast, um you're not in the reality of the actual situation. It's gonna just demotivate you, and it's gonna demotivate everyone around you as well. um he talked about this as like this prisoner that survived this imprisonment camp in war, and there were these guys that kept thinking we're gonna be out by Christmas, and that Christmas would come, and they're never out. And those are the people that didn't make it, because they lost all hope eventually, because they kept, we'll be out by Christmas, be out by Easter. But in reality, yeah, they weren't getting out by that fucking time. But you gotta have the faith that you will get out, but don't put unrealistic time on it. If that makes sense. Good things come to those who wait. Um, yeah. So those who survive, or those who strive to turn good to great, find the process no more painful or exhausting than those who settle for just letting things wallow in mind-numbing mediocrity. That's why I personally recommend everyone push to be great, because it is really no more work than it is to be a lazy piece of shit and try to be nothing, be mediocre. Honestly, I'm miserable when I'm just sitting around doing nothing, watching TV, eating chips, fucking playing video games. Like, it's not satisfying to me. I feel like there's something in me that's missing when I do that shit. And when I'm pushing towards my goals, I feel great. I feel alive. I feel inspired. I see the future to be so much more brighter than it is when I'm just doing the instant pleasure things. I'm just zoning out watching TV and all this shit. I mean, once in a while it's okay. It's good to have a laugh. Some TV's pretty entertaining, so I'm not saying completely cut it out, but at the same time, you got to make choices. If you want to be great, you got to really push yourself to be great, and that takes energy. Energy that would otherwise be wasted on hollow shit that's not going to get you fucking anywhere, and it's definitely not going to make you satisfied with life. And in the end, that's all we really want. We all want to be satisfied and happy. And yeah, I I'm gonna wrap up this video. It's almost 10 minutes long now. If you like the content below, you can like it. You can subscribe to the channel. I recommend you do that. I'll see you next week, y'all. Knowledge Power. Peace.